Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Hit that like and subscribe button. Not even sure where to start with this video. Okay, I'll start with the obvious. Tonight, Errol Spence defeated Lamont Peterson by technical knockout. 8th round stoppage, right? Errol Spence is looking like the truth. It's getting harder and harder for him to get people to fight him. We know why. Because he's hurting people in that ring. He's stopping people. He's making everybody look like an average fighter. Even though he doesn't have the greatest boxing ability, we like Errol Spence because he's not afraid to take on all comers. We like his fighting style. We like the fact that he doesn't just get up on the scorecards and coast to a decision like some, but he tries to finish the job as much as possible, like he did tonight with Lamont Peterson, like he did with Kell Brook, like he did with all the others before. Now you got a guy named Keith Thurman out there who's got 2 belts in the welterweight division, WBA and WBC. You know, he recently got married in some country that I can't pronounce. Actually, I can't think of what the country is. I'm just being a jerk right now. Keith Thurman also had surgery a few months ago, allegedly. Now, I say allegedly because he didn't produce any paperwork or any sort of medical records to prove this. All he showed us was a picture of his elbow with some Maybelline on it. All right? You're probably like, well, Keith Thurman doesn't have anything to prove to you, Hitman. He was definitely out. Well, to you, I respond by calling you a Keith Thurman nut hugger. Get off his nuts. Because Sean Porter provided us with his medical records, his x-rays, proving his injury. Yet Keith Thurman can't even show us a police report that was done at the scene of a car crash that resulted in him having some micro tears in his neck, some loose cartilage in his elbow. Like, what are you talking about, dude? None of this stuff makes sense. None of it makes sense. Let's not act like you wasn't ducking fighters before you fought Sean Porter. You didn't want to fight Sean Porter. That's where the car accident came from. And then you dropped out of the fight, hoping they would go look for somebody else to fight. But no, Sean Porter stayed true. And he fought you. And you beat him. Props for that, right? But who were you beating up on before that? Nobody. No top 10 opponents. That was your first big fight, Sean Porter. And it was life or death. A lot of people felt like you lost to Sean Porter. But we're talking about Errol Spence and Keith Thurman right now, right? Why doesn't Keith Thurman want to make this unification bout? I mean, I got the tweet in the video. At some point, it's going to be in the video. You might have seen it already. I don't know where I'm going to put it. But he said, I see you, young buck. Wait your turn or something like that. I mean, the last couple of interviews I saw Keith Thurman, he didn't want no smoke with Errol Spence. And after tonight, after seeing what he did to Lamont Peterson tonight, he's definitely not going to want to get in the ring with Spence, man. Look, could Keith Thurman do that to Lamont Peterson? Did Danny Garcia do that to Lamont Peterson? Nope. Leonard Bundu, did he get stopped by Spence? Nope. Like, Errol Spence is taking these opponents that all these other welterweights have fought and have gone the distance with, and he's stopping them. He got in the ring. He went to Kell Brook's backyard, and he stopped Kell Brook. He broke his eye socket. Have you ever heard Keith Thurman even mention Kell Brook before? Ever? You know, Keith Thurman's a good guy, right? But when it comes down to boxing, he's full of shit. He is. He doesn't want to fight Errol Spence because he knows that body work is going to put him down. You heard what Errol Spence called him tonight. Sometimes Keith Thurman. Like, it's tragic, man. It's tragic because Keith Thurman used to be the loudest welterweight of them all. Back when Floyd was still fighting, right? He called Floyd out. He was the mandatory to Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd bypassed him, didn't fight him. I was still on board with Keith Thurman. I was still a Keith Thurman fan. He was calling out all these fighters. But something happened, man. I don't know what it was. Maybe these guys are getting paid too much money. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm sure he's made some good investments, but he still isn't very vocal about getting in the ring with Errol Spence, and I wonder why. Why is that? Because if he was confident, like he is when it comes to Danny Garcia saying, oh yeah, I'll give him a rematch. Not a problem. I can't wait. Why isn't he that confident with Errol Spence? Why is it always him being politically correct or stalling? Saying at this time, I have no desire to fight Errol Spence. So I'm asking you guys, Errol Spence, Keith Thurman fans, what is it? What's up with Keith Thurman? How do you defend this? Like, everyone's screaming unification, right? But Keith Thurman's not. Keith Thurman's next 3 or 4 fights are probably already mapped out. He's got the rematch with Danny, rematch with Porter. He's fighting Jesse Vargas. Again, people forget about this welterweight tournament. People forget about Lucas Matisse. So it seems like his career is pretty much mapped out. He's a career welterweight. He's not moving up to 154. He's too small. Maybe he can make his own weight. Maybe he could move up to like 150 and call it Keefy Poo weight or something. 150, Keefy Poo weight. You got to come down or come up. I'll fight you. I'll drain you if you're coming down from 154, and I'll make you put on extra weight eating chocolate brownies. Coming to 150 from 147. Keefy Poo weight, 150. But in all seriousness, after tonight's fight, Spence versus Peterson, if Keith Thurman had the cojones to even watch that fight, much less show up, because he don't even show up to fights no more. He don't even show up to be on the panel, because you already know what they're going to ask him. What's going on with you and Errol Spence? And then he got to think of a lie on the spot. Just like the last time he was on Showtime. Y'all remember when he was on Showtime? Talking with Spence and Tank, and they asked him about Spence, and both of them turned their head, looked directly at him, and Spence stuttered. Well, sometimes, you being a top dog like me, Keith Thurman, we don't know what Mayweather's gonna do. Pacquiao's still out there, like, just diverting attention. Like, just shut up, Keith. Why are you talking so much, man? You're not Floyd Mayweather. You're not a big draw. Danny Garcia's a bigger draw than you. Adrian Broner's a bigger draw than Keith Thurman. Well, let's let the fight marinate, guys. Let's let it marinate. Let's wait a couple of years before Spence gets in the ring with Keefy Poo. Well, Keefy Poo's got to be okay. He got to make sure you use that Pert Plus when he in the shower, right? That herbal essence to make sure his locks are lovely, right? Nah, man. None of these guys are draws. And in 3 years, there's still not going to be draws. All right? So let the fight marinate. It's going to be the same thing now. It's going to be the same thing later. None of these guys even fight on pay-per-view. None of these top guys have been on pay-per-view. So that's really all I got. Errol Spence stopped your boy, Lamont Peterson, tonight. Lamont, next question, Peterson. And he definitely don't got anybody else that wants to fight him after this. Only Collazo, maybe. But the rest of them dudes, this deep, quote-unquote, welterweight division, not looking too deep. Hitman Boxing, tweet Keith Thurman and tell him to get into the ring with Errol Spence. Tell him to stop ducking, because he's ducking. Hard body, son. I'm out.
This world will bring you down with mass confusion and complexities, but I am the master of my fate and captain of my soul, you see. Stuck in a mentality that says one thing and does another. Oh, the contradictories. That's when I visit my utopia of Capricornia to be free. Most would say that's not normal, but for me, life is but a dream, and your reality is what it seems. I'm sitting in the crib I found on Craigslist, staring out in space, scheming what my next move is. I'm thinking that it's time to move west. No idea what I'm doing, I'm just trying my best. Not exactly where I thought I'd be. Honestly, a 9 to 5 never was in my dreams. I've been feeling all alone lately. Nothing I ain't used to since '88 as a baby. When I came up out the womb, everybody knew it was something special about me that fills a room. I never understood it, but my OG told me it's a blessing. I should use it to the fullest, and that's what I've been trying to do. But it's hard to keep a smile on your face while paying dues. Damn, it's hella cloudy in the room, and the shadow of reality is darkest when it glooms.
I'm in the midst of the world. I wish someone could see me. Surrounded by clouds, free me. It's like an endless dream leading to endless roads. I wanna be free from this army of clouds.
I had a suicide dream about a month ago while I was sleeping on the couch in my parents' house. That's when I knew that it was time for me to up and go. So I booked it. Couple friends took it personal. Like, why you just up and go? Ain't even bother to tell nobody. That's rude, bro. It was unintentional. Conversations with myself, I need a hospital. I think I've gone bipolar. Half of me is conservative, any other stoner. I think I lost the love that I had from a good girl. The temp is negative 18, yeah, that's a cold world. Janis Joplin is playing on my Pandora station. Cosmic Blues, just some emotional life changes. Whole time, no, I gotta stop looking back, because the future's not a present, gotta get on track.
I'm in the midst of the world. I wish someone could see me. Surrounded by clouds, free me. It's like an endless dream leading to endless roads. I wanna be free from this army of clouds.